Hello, lovely crafty friend. This is Love Builds Up Crafts and I'm Sasha. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome home. This is the place where we build each other up whilst doing the things we love, and today that is continuing with our Christmas card making using twine. Today we're going to see the different ways that we can use twine. Definitely we're going to need some twine and then you're going to need a patterned paper. I'm using the Santa's Workshop patterned paper from the Tonic Studios Color Trend, and some sequins and some glitter and then some red line tape and some card scraps. You can use whatever scraps you have, and then some pattern paper and some craft card. I will link everything in the description below. So you're going to cut that panel 8.5 by 3.5, and that is the standard size of a slimline card. I have double checked, and that is the standard size of a slimline card. So I had already picked that paper, but then now I'm thinking of using this one with snowflakes, because I'm sure that one is meant to be snow as well, but it's not as obviously winter as this one covered in snowflakes. So I'm just checking if the red is not going to be clashing, and it's not. So we're gonna take out a sheet of that's a 6 by 6 sheet, and then we're just going to fold it in half so that we can cut it into 2 equal pieces, because you are going to see why we need to cut it into 2 equal pieces. So this is an easy way to just make sure that you have a place to, you can always score it, but I mean, why bother bringing out that whole big scoring board when you can just fold it in half? So go ahead and trim that so that you have 2 equal pieces, which you're going to place like so on your card, and then go ahead and use one of your scrap pieces and just line that paper, because paper is not that strong. I was so gutted when I realized I used my foiled cardstock as a scrap. Oh my goodness. But nonetheless, just cut and trim your pieces so that they're 2 equal pieces, and then place them like that. Then next we're going to go ahead and add some what is it called? Glitter. That's it, glitter to the edges. So you're just going to use some red line tape. I trust red line tape for everything. This red line tape is so good. It's like such a good adhesive. So just pop some, I'm sure you can use some tissue tape. Is it called tissue tape? That doesn't sound right. But anyway, if it is called tissue tape, or any double-sided tape actually, and then just pour your glitter on and burnish it, and then there you go, you have a sparkly edge. I'm just so obsessed with this glitter. I just want to put it everywhere. Where I can put it, I will put it. So anyway, once you've added foam to your squares, just go ahead and place them. I'm thinking of adding glitter to the middle there, but I'm still contemplating it, so let's move on. So now we're going to make our Christmas tree. I haven't stuck anything down at this point, and that's the mistake I made, because I should have stuck down those panels once they were cut, but I did not, and then I ended up with a wonky tree. So you see me trying to freehand a Christmas tree, and even I know that's stupid. So I grab a ruler, and then we're going to do it the right way with tools this time. But anything to do with maths and measuring, I am so bad at it. So you can see it takes me a few attempts to get an actual shape that resembles a tree. I mean, it can't be that hard. It's just a triangle, an extended triangle, but I make it look so complicated. Hopefully you don't do it this way. Just do it the easy way and just draw a Christmas tree shape, and then you're going to just fussy cut that shape out. And once you've got your Christmas, see, if I had stuck those panels down, I wouldn't be struggling like this. So make sure you stick your panels down once you've glittered the edges. Just stick those squares down. So now I'm just going in, trying to see where I'm going to cut it, because I want it to be like a sectioned tree, and I just keep making it even more and more wonky at this point. I cannot cut anything straight to save my life, okay? So at this point, I'm going to have a wonky tree, and I've accepted it. It's going to be a quirky, wonky tree, and that's fine. Anyway, once you've done your tree, you're going to grab your pieces and then another piece of patterned paper from your paper pack. Try and choose a really striking design, one that won't clash but one that won't dissolve into the background. So I've gone for this spotted design, which is the back, I think, of the snowflake one there, so it works out perfect. So you're just going to stick your paper over that piece of cardstock, because just line your paper with cardstock, because the paper is not strong at all. You're just gonna have a floppy tree, and this tree is already wonky. The last thing we need is for it to be floppy. Anyway, my camera did what it does best. It just switched itself off. So you're seeing me at this point where I've already started. I've just grabbed the section that's there. You can see the top section of the tree. The next section after, that's the piece there that I'm adding sequins to. And to add sequins, I think I did this in the previous video, but I'm going to talk you through it again. So you just add a big blob of glue. Add a lot of glue, because make it juicy with that glue, okay? And then pop on your sequins. Do not be afraid, they're going to go everywhere. We'll clean that up later. And then once you press lightly, don't press too hard, press lightly on top, and then pick it up and just shake it lightly, and all the ones that haven't stuck in will fall off. And then you just go in and fill in there like you see me doing. I'm filling in the gaps, and that's all you do, really. It's a simple way of doing it, but it does get tricky because liquid glue is not instantly dry. So if you want it to be quicker, use a hot glue gun. Even though I don't trust hot glue guns to save my life, I would not even use a hot glue gun. This adhesive is stronger, so the choice is yours. So moving on, we're now going to take that last section of our cutout, and then we're going to make a tree skirt for our cute little wonky tree. We're going to do that by adding glue to the top bit of that section. You don't need to stick the twine all the way down, just that top bit, and then stick the twine so that it is fanned out. So like it's I don't know the shape. It's just a fan shape, okay? Just stick it at an angle so that it's like coming out towards the direction. As you see me doing that, I'm not good at explaining things, okay? That's why I make videos. Okay, so now this is just a way to make it quicker. You just wrap some of the twine and then cut it just like so, and you have a whole bunch of twine. So this makes it go faster than sticking one piece and then cutting that off, because that was taking way too long. So now our tree is our tree skirt is all twined up. I'm just going to pop something heavy on it and leave it to dry. In the meantime, I'm finally going to stick down those panels, which I should have stuck ages ago. But I'm doing it now, so that's what matters. And then now I'm adding the trees. So now I'm sticking down everything because I am tired of the wonk. And our sequin is all dry now, so you're just gonna go and trim our sequin panel, not an actual sequin, like not one sequin. Our sequin panel is dry now, so we're just gonna trim off all those extra bits and make sure you have a clean edge, and then stick that down as well using your liquid adhesive. So I'm just grabbing some adhesive sheets, double-sided adhesive sheets, because I wanted to add glue to that bit earlier, and I should have done that before getting this far, but I didn't do it. So we're gonna do it this way, and hopefully we don't ruin the card. So I've just cut out a strip there that fits right there. This is double-sided adhesive sheet, and once that strip is like perfectly fitting in there like now, we're just gonna strip off one side of the adhesive backing of the release paper and then add some glitter to it. Just cover it in glitter. That glitter is honestly, it's so gorgeous. I wish I could add it to everything. It's like, it's got like holographic elements, so it's not like white. It's so gorgeous. But anyway, you can see me there shaking. I've got such bad anxiety, and when I have to do things like this, I'm so shaky. So I'm trying to use my bond folder. It's just best to do this bit before you stick down your panels, okay? I should have just done this before I stuck down my... Oh, look at that. It was going so well as well until that last bit, because story of my life. So anyway, I grab a scissors and I try and like pry that out, and the scissors actually works. It, yeah, so next time, scissors it. Okay, so our holographic glitter is looking snazzy. I love that so much. So we're gonna go back to our underskirt, and then it's probably dry now. Make sure you leave it to dry, and then trim off that excess, because we don't need all that twine and all that card. And then I'm just taking, like, this is a head lice comb, but you can use a brush. It's just I couldn't find the brush, so we're an African household, so we use the Afro comb, and that doesn't work like a brush, but this does, because it's a metal comb. It's for head lice, and you're just gonna comb out. You can untangle it one at a time, but that would take you ages, so just comb out all those twists on the twine, and it will give you this little rah-rah skirt. I just love this idea so much. I struggled with the execution, so I might have to do this again, but I still wanted to share it with you guys so that you can go ahead and do it way better than I did. So now I'm popping some sequins on our little rara skirt. So fun. Okay, just pop some. You can skip this bit if like this is all too much for you, but this sequins, I can never have enough of the glitter and the sequins. I just need more of these things in my life. They're so beautiful. So anyway, now I'm taking the, I forgot what it's called, ice something. I will link it in the description, that glitter pen, and I'm just adding it to the edge of my border there. So our card is starting to look nice at this point, but it needs that star at the top, and I'm debating small star, big star wins. So we're just going to cut that out of the adhesive sheet, and then we're going to add glitter to it, just like we did for that glitter strip in the middle of the card, and then we're going to stick that down. So this time we didn't peel out the other side, we just stuck down using foam tape and liquid adhesive, and we kept the release paper on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this next bit without saying and. Voiceovers are so hard. I respect anybody who does voiceovers. So anyway, you're going to pop some foam tape at the back of your rara skirt panel, and then add some liquid adhesive, of course, and then stick that baby down. She is looking so special right now. And then we're going to cut out a sentiment. I cut it out of craft card first, and then I didn't like it, so I cut it out of normal red cardstock, and that sentiment is from the Tonic Studios A Shoot for the Star Stamp Club set, same as that Make A stamp. So once you emboss that and then cut it out as wonkily as you can, add some foam tape to the back of it, and then stick it on in the middle of your card there, and we have a complete card. I like this rara skirt, I really do, and I hope you like it too. Okay, so this next card is going to whiz by so quickly. We're using all our scraps from the first card, and then we're going to use this 6x4 card base. I actually measured for you guys. That's for you guys, because I don't measure nothing, okay? I just eyeball everything. And the craft cardstock is going to just be small enough to sit inside that 6x4 panel. So this panel here is actually a scrap from our first card. I will link that video in the description, but you can just go ahead and cut out stars out of your cardstock lined pattern paper, and then just take your glitter marker which I've forgotten the name. It's ice something. And then you're just going to line the edges of those stars to make them pop because they're sort of disappearing into the background. And then once that's done, you're going to just trim off the excess off of that panel that will sit on top of the craft cardstock. I've left that bit, I'll do that later. But you can do it now if you want. And then just cut out a piece of double-sided adhesive sheet to fit that panel. Please make that adhesive sheet piece smaller than your actual panel, your actual star panel, because learn from my experience, okay? Just take my word for it. You'll see this is where I really start to mess up. So I'm starting to stick down my adhesive sheet panel, and then I just I don't know, my angle is just wrong from the get-go, and I stick it on wonky and I take it off and I try and fix it, but then there's no fixing this. It has decided to be a wonky one, so I go ahead and I just, oh my goodness, that is like way off. Like at this point normally I'll just try and do it again, but I was like, we can save this, yeah, we'll just trim off a bit of the edge, and there you go. We're doing it, and it's not working. It's still a bit wonky, but it is a bit better. So that's why I don't have measurements for that craft card panel, because it just started off measured and then it went off and it kept getting smaller and smaller. So anyway, peel off your release paper from the top and then add your star panel over your adhesive. And you can see, because I made it the same size, some of it is sticking out on the sides, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that. It actually presented a good opportunity to add extra detail. Okay, so we're gonna grab some scraps, not straps. I don't know what kind of video this is turning into. Some scraps, not straps, okay? We're gonna grab some Santa's hat scraps. Why is it so hard to say R words? I think it's a condition. My mom was telling me that it's an actual condition. But anyway, we're going to get the scraps and then cut some strips, and we're going to stick those down, and as you can see, voila, it's like fixed it. It's not that wonky anymore. Like from the top angle you can't see any wonkiness, so let's just move on. So now we're going to add glitter to the party. Oh my goodness, this glitter, I will use it on everything, okay? If you get a card from me in the next few months, it will probably have this glitter on it because I want to use it on everything. Once you're done, grab a scrap piece of cardstock, of ice ring cardstock. We used that in our first card, which again I will link in the description. Then I'm just seeing that it fits there, and we're going to do some calligraphy. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm definitely not a calligrapher. Is it calligrapher? A calligraphy artist. I just saw this letter joy, and I just thought, because I don't have Christmas sentiments, so I just thought it'll be such a fun way to add a sentiment. So you're just like drawing it out. You can trace it out definitely if you're not confident with your writing, or if you have a die, if you actually have a die, you can just cut out that die and then add the twine to the die. I'm sure that would work just as well. And you're just going to go around with a pencil and draw out the word joy. I'm sorry, like my nose is blocked, so it might sound weird in some places. So anyway, that bit is done. You're going to add some glue just around the outline of that letter, spelling out your joy. I chose joy because it's like 3 letters. It can't go too wrong. So I'm just going to zoom in here so that we can see what's happening. Just wait for your glue to get a bit tacky, and then go in and start adding around the joy. Start adding twine, sorry, where there's glue, and where there's a joint like you just saw there, just add a blob of glue and then continue on. This is super fiddly, like you can see my hand shaking like a earthquake. It is like I'm so scared. I'm like, please don't ruin this. Please don't ruin this. But just go around your letter and act like you know what you're doing. Yeah, we're doing calligraphy with Twine. This is so cool. Okay, I want to do my all my sentiments like this from now on. Honestly, I actually really enjoyed making this sentiment, and of course, there's always something that I do mess up, but still, we continue on. My card making process is so messy. Like, are you guys messy as well? Because I think it's okay to be messy. I think it's okay not to be good at techniques. I'm not particularly good at any techniques. That's why I try and find different ways to do things. And that's what my channel is really about, just finding different ways to do things because techniques are complicated, you know, once things have measurements and all that stuff. Okay, my rant is over, and so is our twine calligraphy. So we're just going to trim down that piece so that we can stick it over there. And then the camera went off again. So you see me here with the complete card. All I did that wasn't caught on camera was add a bit of red underneath my sentiment there, my sentiment strip, and then I cut it shorter because it was too much white. It wasn't standing out enough, so I needed to add the red to the background. Okay, so these are the cards that we have made in this, well, in part 1 and part 2 of this. Well, it's not a tutorial. I don't like serious words. Let's just say a craft along. Yeah, in this craft along, and I really like that one with the tassels. I think that's my favorite. But I also like this Rara skirt. I think these cards are cool and they're fun because sometimes Christmas cards can be a bit you know, the scenes and all of that can be a bit samey same. So I think doing something like this is a bit quirky and fun. So just give it a go. The tassels are fun, the Rara skirt is fun, and so is this calligraphy twine calligraphy. We might have a new trend, who knows? Oh yeah, you made it to the end. Okay, I'm not going to be weird, okay? But just a little reminder to have fun when you're crafting, okay? And if you like this content, please subscribe and hit that like and leave me a comment. But even if you don't like it, subscribe anyway because that's what the algorithm likes. Help a sister out. So also visit www.lovebuildsupcrafts. Please do, because I post a bonus card every Saturday, a card that you won't find on the other platforms. I might post a picture of it on Instagram, but you can also access Instagram. What am I saying? Visit the website where you can access all my socials and a bonus card. Thank you.